So we need to go to the crafting area, which is in the southwest of town. I see there's a chap there with a quest ring as well. That's the VIP rewards person, so we can ignore them. So to the southwest of town, there's the stable master over there. So as usual, we can always go over, speak to the stable masters. Actually, this one's unlocked by default because he's got the brown icon. We've got the Winter Festival still going at the minute, so we can speak to this guy just to unlock him. But if ever you see a blue icon above a stable master's head, always be sure to speak to them so you can unlock all the stable routes that go to or from that particular stable master. So just south of the stable master we have the crafting area, although the person I need to speak to is this one here.
Good day.
Alf sent you to me. Good. We need more good folk with an interest in making useful and pretty things. Speak with the mistress of apprentices and she can help you choose a vocation in which to specialise. A vocation is a bundle of free crafting professions with overlapping skills. Choose your vocation with care because you will expend a great deal of time and energy improving your skills with the professions under its purview. Once the mistress of apprentices has welcomed you to your chosen vocation, be sure to speak with a supplier who will sell you the tools of your trade. Every profession has its own tools, so be not over shy with your coin purse. The novices will be happy to sell you any recipes you might wish to have, though I can tell you now that you will already know how to make a thing or two. Equip the crafting tools you plan on using and find an appropriate facility. Mickle Delving has a forge, workbench and oven available for your use, and begin practicing your skills. You will advance in your chosen professions as you practice and seek out the teachings of others in the field. I hope you will become a skilled craftsman, Sylri, and that it will bring profit to you and the Shire. I will give you a few coins to get you started. Use them wisely and consider them an investment in your future as a skilled craftsman. So, take that, and we can come into town. And then one of these, Mistress of Apprentices. So we can learn one of these vocations. So as they've mentioned, each vocation gives you one of three individual professions that do various things. So metalsmith is for making heavy armours and a couple of other bits and pieces. Prospector is a gathering skill for gathering ore. Tailor crafts light and medium armours. Forrester is the gathering skill for gathering wood. Weaponsmith, as the name suggests, you make weapons, so it's going to be like all your swords and axes, that kind of stuff. Woodworker makes wooden based weapons, so that's going to be your things like your spears, your bows, javelins, that kind of stuff. Staves for lawmasters. Jeweler makes jewellery. Cooks things, obviously all your bits that you can cook, they either improve your stats or give you temporary buffs. So they're quite useful, but like when you're raiding or doing instances. Farming is used to supply all the ingredients for cooking with. Can be a bit tedious, but you can get loads of stuff, and it's probably the easiest one to level because you can just buy some seeds off of the supplier, and it just takes time. So it's easy to level, but it's a pain in the arse to level at the same time. And then lastly we've got the scholar. So scholars collect kind of historical artifacts, use them to kind of derive various bits of knowledge. They can use scrolls to like buff your crafting or your defences, or you can craft potions as well, which are obviously quite useful for healing. That's my Steam, in case anyone's wondering if that's yours. But I think on Sylri we'll probably just go with an explorer. So if in doubt, explorer is generally quite nice, because you have both prospector and forester, so you can gather ore, you can gather wood, so you can gather all those things and then just distribute them to other alts to use on their crafting, and then you also have tailor for your own personal use as well. So tailor's not useful to me as a brawler because I'm a heavy armour class, but I've got so many other alts that already have crafting max, so it doesn't really bother me. So a lot of my spare new characters, I just make them explorers.
Is there something I can do for you?
So we'll do that. We'll then get our crafting panel with our free crafting professions. We can get our introduction quests.
Could I take a moment of your time?
So we've got to speak to a supplier.
Might I have a word with you?
Speak with a novice tailor and speak to the
Please,
supplier.
stay a moment.
So most of them will send you to the appropriate NPC. If it's just a gathering skill, you'll talk to the supplier instead.
Just a moment.
So we'll look here. Another would-be Forrester. I'm pleased to meet you and I'm looking forward to helping you get started. If I get too fast or you need help at any point, you can ask me questions about forestry and I will do my best to provide you with clear direction. The first and most important step is having the proper ingredients. I set aside a few for new foresters like yourself. Take this crate and let us begin. So, where is my crate? So, we've got the Apprentice Forester Starter Pack. Open that up. And it tells me, you now have all the ingredients to make a brushed light leather and thin rowan board. And I'm going to have a similar one with a prospector.
Hello.
Well, look here, another would-be prospector. I'm pleased to meet you and looking forward to helping you get started. The first and most important step is having the proper ingredients. I set aside a few for new prospectors like yourself. Take this crate and let us begin. So this time it'll give us some ore. So all this is just going into our inventory for now. And then the third person we need to speak to is the tailor over here. Let's put the names back on.
Good day.
So, well, look here, another would-be tailor. I'm pleased to meet you and looking forward to helping you get started. If I go too fast or you need help at any point, you can ask me questions about tailoring and I will do my best to provide you with clear direction. The first and most important step is having the proper ingredients. Where have we heard that before? I've set aside a few for new tailors like yourself. Take this crate and let us begin. So again, it gives us some basic stats, basic items. So, for the prospecting, we need to make a copper ingot. So when we mine ores, we end up with ore. We can go to a forge in any crafting area, and depending on what tier of ore it is, so the first tier is going to be a copper ingot. We need to make sure we have our prospector's tools equipped, because otherwise that's in red there. And then we can make our copper ingot. So it takes 2 pieces of ore to make 1 ingot. There we go, we've made that. And in similar fashion, with the workbench, as a forester, we are able to refine hides and wood into boards. So hides will drop from any kind of animal, pigs, bears, wolves, boars, you name it, all those kinds of animals that you might skin, you will get hides from. So again, it is a 2-to-1 ratio, so 2 light hides will be 1 leather. But for doing this, we need our Forester's axe equipped. So we'll do that. That'll update our quest objective. And then same again with the wood. So 2 pieces of rowan wood makes 1 rowan board. But we'll see some wood nodes out in the wild when we're looking to gather stuff. So those 2 we can hand back in.
Just a moment.
So let me see what you are able to do. She inspects the brushed light leather and thin rowan board. It appears that there are no impurities in these. I think that you have done very well, Sylri. I approve and declare you a novice forester.
Hello.
Let me see what you are able to do. She inspects the copper ingot. It appears there are no impurities in this ingot. I think you have done very, very well, Sylvie. I approve and declare you a novice prospector. Copy and paste job there, isn't it? And then the last one is talk to... I know we need to craft a cloak now. So for the tailor one, tailors use workbenches as well. We need to make a cloak. And we need tailor's tools equipped. And it tells us we've got to make a rough cloth cloak. So we've been given the ingredients for this. So Forrester makes our leathers. So when we did the brushed light leather earlier, that then gets used by a tailor for anything that needs brushed light leathers. The bolts of cloth will come from the suppliers, so if you need to get any after you've done the intro quest, talk to the supplier. They sell all kinds of weird and wonderful stuff, which you can then use. So we're going to make this. We're probably going to have another cookie cutter job when we hand in this crafting stuff.
A lovely day, isn't it?
So yeah, same again, not going to read that. Hand it in, job done. So we've done those little quests, and then we can go back over here.
Please, stay a moment.
It appears you have learned much about being an explorer. I am pleased. Now allow me to give you a little something for your efforts. Give me a moment and speak with me again.
Hello?
I've been told that you performed admirably, and for that I wanted to see that you were well rewarded. Here, take this. It will allow you to craft any apprentice level recipe that you wish. Your reward for this quest is items from the store, blah 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 blah. So we get some apprentice ingredient packs. So what that means is when we are crafting stuff, normally we need certain resources that we need to craft a recipe, but sometimes if we've got any special packs and it's converted it to universal ingredient packs because they're now for any tier, we can use that instead, which will use this instead of the ingredients. So sometimes it can be useful if there's certain recipes you're going to make but you don't have the stuff to hand. You can rely on some of them if you've got some in your wallet. They can be bought on the store, but sometimes you get some for free. So like in the Hobbit daily presents, where you can get your login rewards for logging in once a day or once a week. So if I open some of these, so I've got virtue XP and a combat run boost. There we go, perfect. 50 XP, and I've got ingredient packs and a gold winter coat. So if I open that, it contains a universal ingredient pack plus a gold winter gift. So open that. Actually, I've got 5 packs. So there you go. That's gone up by 5 now. But sometimes they're handy to do if you don't have the resources to hand. But you can't use this in place of the really rare recipes where you need certain specific items. So you can't kind of cheat the system. But it is handy sometimes. Big way, she's given us some freebies, so we can't complain. So where are we going next? Jump. Getting stuck on the fence. So if we right click this and then go track nearby quests, we find some nearby ones. So I think we're going back to the mayor in that area first. Wakasik, ahoy ahoy Balthelion, ahoy yourself. How are you doing today? There's Rhoda Newbuck.
How do you do?
Thanks for your help, Sylri. Hiders and Seekers is not much fun when your friends always hide in the same places. I don't think it's a game they're very good at. Wait a minute, you say that Daisy mentioned hiding until I found everyone else? That's strange. I thought Polo was the only other hobbit I was supposed to be looking for. They mentioned maybe getting Odo to play, but I don't think they'd actually do it. Here are the coins I promised you, but it sounds like your work as Seeker might not be done yet, Sylri.
Hello there. Might I speak with you a moment?
This is serious, Sylri. I thought I was only playing Hiders and Seekers with Polo and Daisy, but it sounds like they talked to Odo Pipes and convinced him to play as well. You'd think they might have mentioned that to me. At any rate, Odo has a reputation for being the best hider in all of the Shire, at least as good as old Bilbo was in his day, or so it's said among folk in the Bird and Baby. I don't know if it's true, but I do know that unlike Daisy and Polo, Odo Pipes is sure to have a capital hiding place, the very best. I'll have more coins for you if you can find him, Sylri. He'll be hiding somewhere in Mickle Delving, so don't wander too far. You might want to talk to Polo and Daisy again. They might be able to tell you where he could be hiding. And if we get some shoes or a cloak from this one. Hello, Riel. Keeper Elos. I'm not sure if that's a deliberate knob or if it's meant to be noob and you missed an O. Lokasik, great, just made homemade pizza, dough included, so yum. Nice. I do like making homemade pizza, but I don't normally make my own dough. I usually cheat and get some pre-rolled dough and then add my own toppings and sauces and stuff.
Could I take a moment of your time?
Bundle for Waymeet, don't want to do that just yet. Right, so let's go find this hide them. Lost Shire Hobbit. I may have just created a Brawler to try out later. Third class you've got me trying out. With the amount of videos you've watched out of the series, I'm amazed you haven't tried them all. Since the only thing we're missing now is a Loremaster. Right, so where am I? I want to go just north because I know he's on top of the tavern. So he's just over here. So pretty much just west from where the mayor is. And once you are near him, so you can see his
How do you
name.
do?
You found me. Very well done indeed. Next time I'll choose a better hiding place, I suppose. I thought this one was perfect. You should return to Rollo and tell him that he knows how to choose good seekers. So yeah, no sarcasm from this guy. Locasic says, I will start a champ playthrough at some point in the future. So yeah, I haven't played my champion for a while now. But it is quite good these days for just mowing through stuff, and it's got a lot more survivability than it used to back when I was playing it on a regular basis. You found Odo Pipes. Excellent. He was on top of the Bird and Baby Inn the whole time. He must have some Tookish blood in him. You never get me up there, I can tell you that. Here are the coins I promised you, Sylri, and take my thanks as well. If they ever get me to play Hiders and Seekers again, I'll be sure to let you know. That way you can give me a stern talking to and ask me what I was thinking. So the cloak is not much good to us, and neither is the boots, so we'll just take any of them. Where are we going now? I think we probably want to deliver the post, to be honest.
Could I take a moment of your time?
So this is the bundle for Waymeet, so it's just a short way to the east. Lost Shire Hobbit, Ryle, there's a familiar name. Oh, Riel. Yes. He's going by another name in the chat. You can show him your love and appreciation if he's still around. For his dulcet Irish tones. Locasic, hard to believe my LOTRO account is so old it still remembers the subscription model. Yeah, so mine's that old as well. Not quite since launch. I started playing a year or two down the line. Bundle for Waymeet. If the reputation of the quick post service is to be restored, you must simply help with my deliveries. There on the table you will find a satchel that must be delivered to Postman Twofoot in Waymeet as quickly as possible. Would you mind taking it to him? Postman Twofoot can be found northwest of the crossroads in Waymeet. Don't dilly-dally. The quick post service has fallen on hard times in the past few months, and we must double efforts to halve our problems. The mail must be delivered, not only on time, but with plenty of time. Let no nosy hobbits interfere with your duty, and don't let the satchel get wet. The ink will run and there'll be no good to nobody. So, pick up the satchel from the table. We want to go south and run out the east side of town, but there is going to be a nosy hobbit, which if you can look on my mini-map, hopefully you guys can see it. There's an icon that looks like an eye, and we want to make sure we stay away from that eye on the mini-map. And if we turn around, we can see there's a nosy hobbit. If you've got floating names on it, makes them a little bit easier to spot. But this one is simply just patrolling up and down this road, so as long as we go give him a wide berth around the road. We can jump down now. I can't remember what the range is, but it's maybe like 10-20 metres or so. So as long as we avoid them, it's fine. And yeah, as it said, don't get in water. It doesn't mean you can't walk through puddles or very shallow water, that's fine. But anything that will make you swim will make you drop the post. So we definitely don't want to do that. And we don't want to run into enemies as well, because if they hit us, that will reduce our blue bar and reduce our available time we can deliver the mail in. So pretty much kind of sticking to the road. Okay, so there's another nosy hobbit at the Waymeet end of the road. So stay close to the road, but don't stay on the road because it makes it a bit harder. Actually, he's down there. There we go. Well, don't walk towards him. So he said, there's another one to the north of Waymeet, so watch out for him. There we go. So to the northwest of town is Postman Twofoot. So yeah, just northwest of the crossroads, more north than west. So he's going to send us to Needlehole. Well, we've already got one quest to, which is right up in the far northwest. I think that's the sound of my cat at the door, if you can hear any scratching. Locasic, oh yeah, the pie retrieval and postal services. See the Shire, yes. What is that cat doing? Behave yourself. So we're not going to pick up that post just yet. Let's have a speak to some of the NPCs around here.
I'm sorry, my thoughts were elsewhere.
So this is the quest we picked up in Mickle Delving. So Peony sent you to help me, Sylri. She's a sweet lady and a good friend. I'm glad to have your help. Yes, the wolves came slavering near to Waymeet recently and seemed to head straight for my farm. It was all I could do to escape to Waymeet without them noticing me. I might have to do something about this cat in a second.
Could I take a moment of your time?
When the wolves chased me off my farm, I didn't have enough time to collect my babies. My poor darlings. What was that? My chickens, of course. If those wolves have gotten a hold of them, I just don't know what I'll do. You can save them for me, Sylri. I know you can. Follow the road north up the hill and out of Waymeet. Then take the first stone path to your right. You'll see a sign for my farm at the correct crossing. Quick! You must save my little darlings. Does anybody else have a pickup? Don't think so. Right, I'm just going to see what this cat is doing. 1 second. Come in. Come in. Right, careful. No. There we go. I've let the cat in so she stops scratching. Although she's probably, in typical cat fashion, she now wants to go back out. You changed your mind now? Go on then. Typical cats. And I bet you she'll start scratching at the door now. Right, so no other quest to pick up. So let's go do that Dora Brownlock's chickens.